heard of many big businesses with a grass-to-grace story. As much as these stories may sound cliche, the tale of Kirsty Henshaw proves that some are true. Her parents raised Kirsty in Preston, Lancashire, alongside her 4 elder siblings. Her parents run a small health food shop, so Kirsty was introduced to healthy foods and nutrition even at a tender age while she helped out in the shop. When she was 20 years old, Kirsty became pregnant and gave birth to her son Jacob. He suffers from severe life-threatening nut allergy and dairy intolerance. She had no other option but to go back to her parents for help and alternatives to help Jacob eat well. Kirsty had to read all food labels, but there was still a problem as all products that claimed to be healthy had lots of sugar, fats, and artificial sweeteners. This led to the birth of her company. She bought a tiny ice cream maker from Argos and started making gluten and dairy-free desserts for her son. The foods, desserts, and snacks she made were exactly free from foods, without materials containing gluten, sugar, dairy, and artificial sweeteners. From producing foods and desserts for Jacob, Kirsty began making healthy foods for other people, mainly small health food shops around her location in Preston. Most people liked her products, but Kirsty was still making healthy foods as a side job with a revenue of £2,000 a month while she continued her 2 jobs as a barmaid to pay her bills. At some point, Kirsty thought of going into entrepreneurship, but had no idea which business to venture into. So she decided to make her side business, healthy food making, a major one. After some time, she met with many chains of large supermarkets and sought funding to help push her food business. Still, nobody listened to her or agreed to invest in her business as she was a single mother and had her personal circumstances, so she decided to change her strategy. After Jacob started school, she sought other means of getting funds for her business, but none responded positively. Kirsty was heartbroken to the point where she cried as she did not know what else to do. At some point, Kirsty applied to become a contestant on the 2010 BBC reality show known as Dragon's Den. Her success story started from this point. Going on Dragon's Den was scary, but I knew my business inside out and I was so passionate about making it work that I think that just took over, she said. Kirsty did amazingly well in the BBC reality show with her fantastic pitch and story, to the point that the well-known harsh judges were on the verge of tears and excited with her presentation. 4 judges offered to invest in her business, and she got a working gig with Peter Jones and Duncan Benatine. The investment she received on the reality show is about £65,000 for 30% of her future revenues. Her working together with the Dragon business tycoons gave her great insight into entrepreneurship, and her business began to grow more than she expected. With the help of Benatine and Jones, Kirsty launched her business in major supermarkets. After 3 years of learning and working together, Kirsty and the Dragons decided to go their separate ways. In 2012, when the ice cream business did not get the expected success, it was rebranded from Worthenshaw's Ice Cream to Kirsty's, with a focus on adult gluten-free, dairy-free, ready meals. These products were made available in supermarkets like Sainsbury's, Waitrose, Ocado, and Asda, and their sales grew to 75% in about 12 months. With a value rate of €4 million, Kirsty bought back her shares from Jones and Benatine and has 100% shares. In 2021, Kirsty's business witnessed immense growth as there was a 59% increase in the sale of desserts, a 29% increase in pizza, and a 10% increase in ready-made meals. Kirsty was sure of making her business the #1 brand in making ready-made free from dairy meals, and she got lots of contracts with many firms till she had lots of orders coming in and there was a need for growth. The first step she took to achieve her goal was to get a suitable site in Yorkshire. The land is owned by 2 entrepreneurial landlords in Harrogate and was a €2 million investment for the company. Although it took her 6 months to fully set up the building to what she wanted, Kirsty was able to convert the building to her taste and employed 25 staff, while Jacob also helped in the factory to pack boxes. From making free from gluten and dairy desserts, pizzas, and meals, she decided to go into making soups, sauces, and pies. Still, in the same 2021, the brand launched its dairy-free and gluten-free Chinese and Indian chilled ready meals in the United Kingdom with a target of 18 million people who have a dairy intolerance and food allergy. The chilled ready meals were chicken tikka masala and sweet sour chicken, which will generate €2 million plus euros. As of 2022, Kirsty's brand is worth £15 million, with gluten and dairy-free products stocked in many major UK supermarkets. Kirsty reported her company is towards generating over £25 million by the end of 2024. Running my own business and having such an age gap between Jacob and Sophie can be quite a challenge. It's not uncommon for me to be pitching to Tesco in an afternoon, helping Jacob learn his acting scripts in an evening, and then breastfeeding Sophie whilst trying to answer buyers' questions. But I think motherhood has taught me the biggest life lesson: multitasking, she said. The fantastic lady, Worthenshaw Kirsty, became a multimillionaire from cooking gluten-free and dairy-free desserts for his son, Jacob, to making millions of soups, sauces, pies, desserts, and other healthy ready-made meals for thousands of people in the United Kingdom.